Guys, we're gonna buy this Mark IV race car from Ford. I'm gonna go do an oil change on her. And we're gonna head to Circuit X, Stage Route X. See what kind of fuel mileage she gets. Now I have set in here my endurance testing. Okay. That should be a generic set of parameters. And I do want to check one thing in here. Okay, so what I was curious about is if we can change our downforce. I'm not going to touch that. Let's just leave it factory. I was curious if we were going to be able to change our gear ratios, which we're not. So this is just going to be a straightforward drive till we run out of gas. Guessing probably 2 laps maybe. purposely staying out of the slipstream of that other vehicle. We're going to have to pause for a second here, folks. First pause. I need a beer. We did not plan this very well in advance. But I will, for your guys' sake, I'll grab 2. So I don't have to do this again. Okay. Probably not too many people in the world who have poured a beer out at 200 miles an hour in a Ford race car. Let's go ahead, knock that off our bucket list. The alcohol I'm drinking today is like 4%, so you don't have to worry about it affecting my ability to drive a car. Jet. such a cool profile. So I was at the, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear me over the engine noise or not, but I was at the Barrett-Jackson, and I think they had, they weren't original Ford GTs, but they were, I think, like Superperformance, I believe is the name of the company. They build the replicas, and these things are so tiny in person. They had a couple of them there. I'm like, man, that would be so cool to have, especially if you could do this with it. Flop down on the Mulsanne straight and do 200 miles an hour. Can you imagine being in the 1960s? Can you imagine being in the 1960s and entering in a 24-hour race with one of these? You and one or two other drivers. You know, I'm not sure how many drivers they actually had in a like a 24-hour endurance race back in, say, the 60s. I'm pretty sure it's mandatory that you have 4 now. I know of at least one time in history a guy tried to do it solo. And like, I don't want to, I'm not quoting anything here, it's just off the top of my head, but he crashed and like, with like an hour or something to go, he like basically fell asleep. But from what I understand, he was super far ahead too, which is just insane. I mean, if you're going to stop for fuel and tires anyway, you might as well take an extra, like, what, 30 seconds to swap drivers. makes me want to bust out Gran Turismo 4, which I think was the last Gran Turismo to have actual 24-hour races. I think it had 3 or 4 of them. I know of at least 2. It had the Nürburgring. It did have Spa. It had the Nürburgring, it had Spa, and it had, of course, Le Mans. Now I can't remember if it had Daytona or not too. But those are the kind of the 4 big, 24-hour races for me. I'm sure there's more out there, but yeah, those are my 4. I should make it a priority one of these years to go to them. I don't know if I'd want to go to all 4 of them in 1 year, but that would be kind of neat, actually. Especially Le Mans, Spa, actually, any one of them. I think the one I would be least excited about is the Daytona, but that's the closest and most easiest to get to, and probably has the best view of the entire course. All of that stuff. Maybe 2026. I'm gonna have to find out when my phone isn't anywhere near me, so I can't check. But let me figure out when the next Daytona 24 is. I think it's already run this year. Oh no, it hasn't. It's only March. I thought it was like a fall thing. I'll have to look into it. I'm gonna go to the next Daytona 24 as long as I've got the vacation time. Sound of this car. I'm so tempted to dip in there, see if we can get a slipstream. Yeah. I don't want to affect the outcome of this. That little dip there into the slipstream might have given us the fastest lap though. Cars don't seem to go any faster the more fuel you burn off. I think that's something they need to look at and do. He might pit. No, probably not. Hundreds behind. So we're just going to run this car completely out of fuel. If I was going to draft, it would be right here. Want to? Let's do it just for fun. Who cares? this will definitely get us the fastest lap. Hey now, a little kiss there, huh? Yeah, you didn't like that, did you? Well, I'd be stealing your free air. I don't know why they had that little let up there, that little burble. That'd be awesome to see in your rearview mirror. A Ford race car bearing down on you from the 60s. This might get us into the 527s. So he doesn't know how to pass. He sticks close like that, he helps. He's actually pushing me a little bit. So you go up to 202 miles an hour. Oh, he's gonna go for it. It'd be so cool to see this. These two cars just going flat out next to each other. Bro. Uncalled for. No, I did steal your air, so okay, fair enough. We're even. You didn't damage my car, did you? Spent a lot of money on this. Alright, when we run out of fuel, we'll dump the clutch and let her coast to a stop. See how far we can drive this Ford Mark IV race car on one tank of gas. And we should get our fastest lap record here. 536 something? Yeah, 536.5. So we burn fuel out in less than 25 minutes flat out in this thing. That's crazy. Is it going to be less than 25? It might be a little over 25. We'll see. Just under 25 minutes. We're just going to let the car coast. There's the Mira, the Dream, 6-engine heavy lift aircraft from Ukraine that was destroyed by Russia. So awesome that it's in the game. Whoa, there's our other Ford. I have a feeling this car wouldn't coast for this long. Just gonna throw that out there. Now we're about to find out what our final number is here. All right. Ford Mark IV race car, 84.6 miles. 84.6.